Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So it's that time of week again. It's our usual Friday night live. It used to be our Saturday night live, but we've moved to Fridays. So we're still getting a bit used to everything with people coming in and joining us. So I hope everyone's keeping well. We're streaming across two platforms on YouTube and on TikTok. So if I take my attention away from you for a minute, then that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing on another chat. So let's see who comes in to join us and say hello. So we've got a couple of people coming in onto TikTok. We've got Sally. We've got a few other people. Who else? How is everyone doing? It's hard with the usernames on TikTok. It's quite hard for me to read, but I hope everyone's keeping well and you're all doing good. CW, hope everything's good with you, mate. Hope things are good. Noor Ali, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in, joining us from New York. Hope everything's going well with you. So what's been going on with everyone? How's everything? How's life been treating you? How's life in the garden going? Sky, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're well. I hope your mum and dad are well as well. Guys, as you're coming in, if you could hit those like buttons for me, I'd really appreciate it. It just helps with that algorithm thing, and helps it do its magic. So what's everyone been up to this week? For me, I'm really missing my garden. I've been really busy at work, and it's going to be another hectic weekend where I'm going to get very little time in the garden, and I feel like I'm falling behind. So I don't know how you're all feeling at the moment, how everything's going with you. Let's see who else we've got. We've got Armin Clark. Hope you're keeping well. Adam Heath. Hope everything's good with you. Turn it around. Who else? No fucking good. Hope everything's good with you, Steve. Yeah, you got me to say it. There you go. If I get into trouble from YouTube, I said Norfolk and good. I didn't swear, okay? Just for you YouTube bots that want to get me into trouble. Let me get this on the tripod. Just 1 second. Let me just get this phone on for TikTok live on the tripod. There we go. Yeah, there we're good. Yeah, we're good on TikTok now. So, Tony, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope everything's good with you. See, I don't know if you've all been enjoying the videos that I've been putting up about Bangladesh recently. We did loads of filming while I was out there. I was out there only for a couple of weeks, but every single day, everything I did, I made a video of, and you can expect those videos to keep coming, and you can keep seeing those. So I hope you're enjoying those, really, because I thought it'd be something a little bit different, something that a lot of people haven't seen before, and you'll get to learn a bit more about me, really. And that's one of the things that we're doing. One of the things that I wanted to do, there's a video that's going to be coming soon that's going to pretty much describe our village and how the history of our village. I managed to speak to one of the elders from our family. He's pretty much the last elder of our family left, and he gave us a little bit of history about where we come from and all of that. So you'll be able to see that sort of thing, and you'll be able to learn a little bit more about me. So let's see. Adam just got back from the allotment, managed to get planted my multi-sown Boltari beetroot, self-blanching celery, musselbro leeks, mammoth pumpkins, dill for cut flowers, magnolian sunflowers. Adam, you sound like you've had an absolutely really busy day today. Leslie, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're good. Hope everything's good over at the HUD resident. There's TikTok over there.
Am I on TikTok?
You're on TikTok and you're on YouTube at the same time.
No.
So I'd like to see those videos as sort of documentary, mate. So I've got Tony. I've got quite a few of the Bangladesh videos on. So we've done a few things, but I mean, obviously, and the last video that I put on was we did this charity thing at a local school. sort of helping. I did a tour around a local school that was close to my village, where there's a lot of poor kids that we bought them uniforms for, and we bought them, school bags, and just helped them out a little bit. Basic things like pens and paper and shoes and that sort of thing. The Hoods are in the house, all of them. So yeah, we've got Dean, we've got Leslie, and Sky's here as well. Yeah,
that's only 3.
That's 3. We're missing 2, aren't we?
Yeah. What do you mean baby number 4?
Including baby number. Where's baby? What baby number 4? Eh? What am I missing?
Who's baby number 4?
There's no baby number. Let's see what's going on. So
who's number 4?
We're notifying viewers that you're live. So TikTok's notifying viewers that we're live. We've got 7 people in the house on TikTok. So if you're leaving comments, let's see. Oh, there's some messages here. Let's see how we got. There we go. So someone, Christopher Smith, decided to call me, tell me that I've got an evil faith. Yeah, okay, whatever you say, mate. Abdullah, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You teach my cousin Joseph for Quran, mashallah. Oh, and you're coming to join us.
Joseph,
yeah, so one of Joseph's cousins, that's all right. Okay. Don't so why am I in the UK? I'm here to take over, mate. Is that not clear? I'm here to take over. So someone's asking why I'm in the UK. Quite clearly, I'm here to take over. I'm here to destroy your life and the way of your life, and I'm trying to take over your country and all that sort of thing. And whatever stereotypes that you want to throw at me, that's what I'm here for. Oh, Leslie, that's massive. Congratulations, man. Absolutely brilliant. Leslie, they're having a baby. Yeah, congratulations. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Oh, that's amazing news. Really good news.
I thought it was a funny sign.
Yeah, no, it's the yin yang sign.
I thought it was black.
So grow veg.
I thought it was black yin yang.
No, yeah, yin yang is black, but Tony's is green and white.
Why? It's supposed to be
am I from up north? You should be able to tell by the accent. Yeah, I'm from up north. Real Muslims live in Muslim countries. Yeah, I'm a fake Muslim living in a fake Muslim country. How do I block this guy? So fine. Yes, I do. Abdullah, yes, I do. Yeah, I do. He's one of my students. Keep his name out of the chat, just so we give
his name and block.
Yeah, just give him a bit of privacy. There's so much BS on Dean. There is, man. There is. So yeah. Why are you shaking that?
How are you moving it a bit?
You don't need to move it a bit. It was in the good. It was in a good spot as it was. So right, we've got our TikTokers and we've got our troll on TikTok as well. That we'll have a bit of fun with. So I'm so glad I can't see your TikTok. See, it's funny. It's funny. Make someone a moderator and then can mute the haters. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. I've got. So hang on. What's happening here? There you go. No, who have I made a moderator? I made someone a moderator. I don't know if I made the right person the moderator. Abdullah, I think I made you a moderator. So there you go. Abdullah, I think that's you, a moderator. So if you can grab those little trolls and kick them out. And while you're in there, hit those links as well for me. That'll be good. I'll tell you what tell you what I will head to TikTok. Yes, Dean. Oh my God. So Kenzie, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. We've got Dean's lost the plot over there, so now I know one of my people's there. So let's get him as a moderator. now I know how to do it as well. There you go, Dean. You're a mod now. You can smash any trolls that come in. So guys, if you could hit those likes for me as well, that'd be really good. I'm so glad I can't see the TikTok to it. My thumb. I think I think they've dealt with him now. I think as soon as Dean's come in, he's squashed him. So that's one of the nice things. Dean with his big size 11s gone and stamped all over the troll. Dean with all the power. So come on, tell me, what's everyone been up to? Because I've been missing my garden. I've just been after I got back from Bangladesh, I've just been so far behind with work, and I've just been trying to catch up. And because I'm self-employed, if I don't try and catch up, I get into a bit of a mess, and I end up struggling financially. So I'm just trying to catch up with that, and my garden's been neglected for the last couple of weekends. I've not been able to get out there, and I'm just completely all over the place at the minute. Dean saying it was his cucumber that scared him off. Just got done harvesting potatoes. Hop farm, absolutely beautiful. So hop farm, you keep him busy, you keep him good over there. Greetings from the Netherlands, Marcel. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope everything's good with you, and hope your weather's good. I think Noor Ali earlier said that they were having a heat wave. We could do with a bit of a heat wave. It's not quite warm enough, is what should we say that? So good luck. You know our news, Leslie. I know your news now, because yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm well happy. I'm well happy. Brian's garden and polytunnel. Brian, how are you feeling at the moment? I hope life's treating you good. I've just harvested 150 massive garlic. Steve, amazing. You know, when I hear that sorts of number with a garlic, I'm loving that. So just got done. I got stuck in these today. Why didn't you come around here? You could have had something to eat before you went home. Anytime you're in Leeds, you've got somewhere where you can come and get a warm meal. I haven't been to my allotment much with Kyle being unwell. He had a bad sickness bug and then a throat infection. Oh man, little mate. How's he doing now? Brian's doing good. Brian, how's your garden coming along? Because I'm falling well behind at the minute. This year, there's every year there's something that goes wrong. This year it's my squash. So I'm on my third planting of squash at the minute. So I planted a load of squash before I went to Bangladesh. I came back and the slugs had finished them. Finished about 6 or 7 plants. So I planted my backups, and they seem to just really be struggling. As soon as I planted them, the weather turned cold, and they're really struggling. So what my mum did was she planted some fresh, seeds into some soil, and they've come up. And hopefully, maybe this weekend, or if they're big enough, we'll have a check tomorrow. And if they're not big enough, then we'll wait till next weekend and get those planted out. But I'm having an absolute nightmare with squash this year.
What squash?
So ignoring those fools on Twitter, back to gardening law. I'm already thinking towards the winter on my allotment. I've had a bed of garlic planted and purple sprouting. What would you say now? So I'm ready. Adam, so start planting. If you like kohlrabi, I'm a big fan of kohlrabi. I grow loads of the stuff, and I grow that. So I've got fresh kohlrabi all through the year. So I'd plant some of them, cabbages as well. Some what's the other one? You've got your broccoli, but if you want to go for some calabrese, that's good as well. Most brassicas are good going into sort of midsummer.
It's going off like.
Yeah. Once you get to sort of August, that's a good time to plant long radishes as well, and then they come on really well. So Dean's lost the plot, sent me likes. Fantastic, Dean. Thank you very much. My new van broke down just off the M62 to the M1 junction 28. Oh, so you were literally just around the corner. How did you get home in the end? Did that go and tow you? So let's see. I'm falling behind in the YouTube chat. So I struggle in one chat. Now you can imagine how I'm struggling in two chats at the same time. So Marcel, it's dry here in Holland. Glad we had a warm. Had a storm yesterday with a lot of rain. That's nice. Hopefully you'll send in some over our way soon, because we could do with some proper rain. The ground
I had some proper rain this morning, like really heavy.
Yeah, but it didn't last very long. We need it to last at least a couple of days.
And it was lasting when we were going to karate as well.
I was only behind because I put my brassicas and potatoes where I couldn't reach them. Have you managed to get them shifted now, Brian? So what's the matter with you, buddy?
The video I was making, I've done all the pictures wrong.
Oh, it's all right, don't worry. That's how you learn. So look how many videos that I messed up.
No, but all the stuff I was just doing all this time.
Yeah.
I did all of them wrong, so now all of that part is just gonna make it look like I'm lazy.
No, just redo it. That's the whole thing. Look how many times that I have to refilm a little bit.
You take an hour to edit your videos. Yeah, maybe 2 hours, maybe a full night.
At least a couple of hours to edit a video, but just a video one section. Sometimes I have to say the same thing 4 or 5 times. So don't worry, it happens. Don't worry, it does happen.
It's harder to make one of my.
I know it is, but that's the
thing than it is for you to say a phrase.
Yeah, everything that you do is going to be harder, but don't worry. You just have to persevere. You'll be all right.
What's persevering?
Sometimes life really gets in the way. I had so many seedlings to plant out, then I had a bereavement, and it all went a bit pot with my seedlings dying while I was. I'm really sorry to hear about your loss. I hope everything's it's not going to get better, is it? But
What's going to get better?
I don't know if you know what I mean, but no, just let me be done.
Ow.
So yeah, I hope time helps things heal.
Oh, you're talking to Ginger.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that about seedlings?
I'm growing.
They're basically baby plants. Still.
So this year has been bad for me. Little access to my old place. Trying to get a new place organised for next year. Steve,
no.
Are you still looking for somewhere to settle yet?
Who's Steve again? Is that Iron Man?
Great year for.
No, that's Tony.
Dave, don't. Great year for spuds, poor for climbing beans and carrots so far. So my climbing beans, one round of my climbing beans got eaten by slugs. So I got a second round in, and they seem to be coming up really good. The ones that I planted in my old bathtub, they're probably 8-10 foot tall. They're absolutely at the top of the canes. I've got to find somewhere for them to go. But again, with that, I was supposed to build like a trellis for them to trail over. I've just not been able to get that done. So that's another thing, that everything just feels like I'm falling behind. Like I wanted to get that container garden, the container garden that I'm doing. I wanted to get a trellis over the top of that and a bit of a canopy going, but I don't know if I'm going to get time.
This thing is helping me clean my face with my tongue. I had a meringue.
So got home at 5. Isn't it bedtime? Dean, it's always bedtime when these guys are up, and they just like to come and take over. So everyone, I hope everyone's good.
I'm going on reservation.
So I don't know yet. There you go. I'm struggling here at the moment. Dave, stop it.
There you go.
So the kids want instant gratification these days.
They want what? They want what?
Get down.
They want what?
Instant gratification.
What's that?
Look it up in a dictionary.
I don't have a dictionary.
You've got lots of dictionaries. Go and find one.
I only have a dictionary at school. So you don't have a
There's
dictionary.
A bookshelf full of dictionaries downstairs. Go and find them. So the more you have to do something, the easier it is to remember. Don't give up. Yeah, that's good advice. Don't give up. Absolutely.
I'm just upset about the thing.
The
that
thi-
I'm
the
not
thing-
giving up.
Yeah, don't give up. You've got stuff to do. You can get on with it. You're gonna be all right. Joan, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in and joining us. Hope you're keeping well. See, Google it. No, they can open up a dictionary. I've got a bookshelf full of dictionaries
No, you
downstairs.
don't.
There's one. I can see two from here.
Where?
They can,
Where?
they can,
Tell me what there.
they
That
can,
says economics.
they can open up a dictionary, feel the book in their hand, and baby, you're shaking the camera, and see what it's like.
Books.
How long have you been on a Friday night? It used to be on a Saturday. Laura, I know. I came back from Bangladesh, and
I sat on Khadija.
so this is probably the third week that we've been on a Friday. I shifted from Saturdays to Fridays because simply it was just getting the lives were just sort of social media's taken over a little bit at the moment. Can you guys stop it, please? Social media's taken over a little bit at the moment, and it's reducing my family time. So what I wanted to do was just make sure that I can give Saturdays completely to the family without having to break off halfway through.
And you have to play games with me now on Saturday.
Without having to break off halfway through doing something with them and then coming in to do the live.
And
So
you have to play with me with my Legos. And you have to play a board game with me. And you have to let me chase you around
so
with a pen.
that's what
And you're gonna play with us.
that's what shifted the live from Saturdays to Fridays.
And he has to let me.
Stop, Dave, stop it. They don't want to see up your nose. Bangladesh, it was absolutely amazing.
It was fun. We got to ride a boat.
We got to ride boats
Twice.
Okay, stop.
And I got to row with my little stick.
Shit. So
Technically, that's
she had
not
lovely
rowing.
head wraps. Oh, sorry, can't
There
remember.
were 3 dogs at our house.
The one with the white flowers.
One of them
really
chased
nice.
me. One of them chased Zaki.
Hijab,
One of
I
them
think.
chased me
What you saw in this month.
Yeah, I'm picking on. Well, I literally held him. I'm like, well,
Oh, guys, take down a notch, please.
Why?
I can't concentrate. That's why. Dave, stop it.
Can they look inside my ear instead?
No.
Can I use an earbud?
Okay, enough. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. There's some more advice for you, buddy.
I already
How's
saw
the
that in Pokemon.
So how's the chicken prison going? The chicken prison's absolutely amazing.
What's a chicken prison? Chicken house.
Well, someone compared me to be a Nazi concentration camp guard building my.
What's
chicken.
a Nazi? I forgot what a Nazi is.
Okay, just.
They're the bad guys in World War II. The German.
Okay, so.
And their supporters and
Stop
the people they control.
Okay, guys. So someone called me a Nazi chicken warden prison guy for building my chicken coop.
For fun.
And
As a job.
yeah. No, they were being trollish. So anyway, so that's what Dean's referring to. So Asma, why are you missing your garden? Where are you now? I'm at home, but I'm just too busy to get any time into the garden. So I've
No school tomorrow.
I know what you mean about the work-life family. Tony, it's just too much sometimes. It really is a lot. You've obviously distracted someone. Ask someone else. Thanks, Helen. I'm not sure what you asked. I didn't see your comment. Yeah, beans, cabbage are not going well this year here. Lettuce, beets, and onion. Potatoes super good. Root well, also difficult. Unfortunately, tomato is starting to grow nicely as well as zucchini.
Someone said this.
Yeah. So, what was Steve doing?
Here.
Yeah. How would a chicken even sneak out the dirt from the escape tunnels? Ben, those chickens are absolutely crazy. We were out last weekend, I think, at 7 o'clock in the morning, trying to
I saw them.
go around and collect them all. They'd broken out of the chicken coop. And they were wreaking havoc around the garden. They were walking around, eating my plants, scratching up so I was talking about having a mare with squash this year, and one of the reasons is the chickens destroyed another one of my squash plants when they got out. They got out and they just sort of scratched them up. So I need to go charge my phone. It's taking a hammering today. Leslie will be available. Dean, thanks very much for going and modding over there. Appreciate that, mate. So they're turning silvery white on the leaves. It's not mildew. So if it's not mildew and they're turning silvery white, it could just be the patterning of the plant. Yeah, it just could be the patterning of the plant. Some do have that.
Where?
Joe, I think it's okay to be distracted. Sometimes it probably means your attentions are where they're most needed. See, the thing is, it's my family garden, and it sometimes with everything that we do, it gets forgotten that it is a family channel. And these guys are
just cucumbers.
Yeah, they do take over sometimes.
I smell the cucumbers.
Yeah, gardens have a habit of growing on their own, not necessarily in the way we want, but still grow. Yeah, I've answered about the cucumbers already.
What was it? Was it slugs?
No. Yeah, we have to go now. Sorry, Leslie. You take care. Have a great evening, and yeah, you really take care of yourself. And massive congratulations. Pound for Pound TV, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Long time no see. It's been a while since you've joined us on a live. Hope everything's good with you. Have you grown any Indian squash? So how are they doing? My squash, pretty much all my squash are struggling this year. Yeah, they're really, they're really struggling at the moment. I wish I had the space for Mark goats. I wish I had the space for milk goats. How many chickens do you guys have, and what's your average egg haul? So at the moment we've got 6 laying hens, and we've got 2 young birds that are just transitioning from being chicks to adult birds. The sort of pullets. Yeah. And we've got the meanest rooster in the world. Oh my gosh. Absolutely nuts is that guy. He's absolutely bonkers. Do you know, he's just going around attacking anything. Do you know, if you go into that chicken run without a broom in your hand, do you know, he even if you've got a broom in your hand, you turn your back on him and he's jumping on you, pecking you, scratching you. He's absolutely mental. No, Helen is absolutely fine. Yeah, sometimes it just gets a little bit hectic in here. Have I grown Armenian cucumber? Yes, I have. They're really nice. They're one of the ones that when we grow it, there's one that we're guaranteed that. Sometimes we have problems with cucumbers turning out bitter, and that Armenian yardlong's one that always turns out quite sweet if we can get them to fruit. Don't forget the fabulous family we invite. So ask the kids to read the message. Bernadette Brown, which message? All right, get them to read the messages, and then I can concentrate on you. Yeah, that'll be good. They've all gone now. So just when someone comes up with a really good idea on how to put them to some use, they've all run away and left me. No, it's better. Maybe the rooster has ADHD. He's absolutely nuts. Do you know? He's absolutely mental. Is that guy? Is it time for the rooster to find himself in the pot? As long as we can keep him contained in that coop. The thing is, he's so full of character. Do you know? He jumped on my leg and attacked my leg. On my calf, I ended up with a bruise that covered probably a third of my calf. It was probably about that big, and I was surprised at the damage it caused on my leg. But he's just so full of character, and he's so handsome as well. You know, he just looks. You know, he's got his big chest flared out, and yeah, he's a really handsome handsome bird. So I do like him. Love to get back into growing. Vibing, you're an inspiration. Keep the faith. Hope to meet Steve. If you ever want to come up, man, you'd be welcome anytime, and you know you'd get the 5-star treatment. The rooster likes to drink coffee. He's mental. Eat your chickens or just eggs. I really want chickens in the future. They're really just for eggs. What we'll do, we hatched some of our own chicks out not so long ago. It's good the kids are gone now. And in one batch, out of 5 of them, or out of 6 of them, 4 of them were roosters. So those roosters, yeah, they were all for eating. I know that's not something that everyone likes to do, but with me, when it comes to the animals in the garden, they are very, just like us, they're very much part of the ecosystem. So we try and keep it that they're going to be controlling bugs, they're going to be providing manure, they're going to be providing eggs, but they're also going to be providing, you know, they're going to find their way into the ecosystem. And just like us, we're very much part of that as well. The cucumber problem could be caused by soil-borne bacteria. Try sulfur to cure. There's a good bit of info from Brian. Embrace your roosters, good qualities. That's great. Heather, if I tried embracing that guy, I think he'd have something to say. You try and embrace that guy, and he'll be probably pecking my eyes out. That's how mental this. You know, we've never had a rooster as nuts as this one. We've had some that will, you know, that are a bit opportunistic. So if you turn your back on them and you crouch down, then they'll jump on you. But this guy's absolutely bonkers. You know, even if you've got a broom, he'll somehow find a way of getting past that broom and jumping on you. He is absolutely nuts. Yeah, he thinks he's a dinosaur. He is, but I'll get some pictures up on Facebook. He's just so full of character, though. He's absolutely quality. And you know when you go to the coop and he wants to give you a bit of a warning. He'll do this thing. He'll do this like a little dance where he'll put one wing down and scratch with the other foot. So he'll sort of puff himself up and he'll do this little dance around. And he'll give you a little scare that, yes, know that I'm coming for you. Yeah, but but he does his little dance, and when he does that, he's absolutely, yeah, he's brilliant. Wife won't let me into the ecosystem. She reckons I'll destroy. I think we're all right. You know, the amount. They've got quite a lot of space, so the chicken coop's quite big. The hens have got plenty of space to hide, and there's 6 hens, and we're hoping to get a few more. So if we get a few more hens, then there's lots of space for them to press out attention. So we've got a waste 777 on the chat on TikTok. Hope you're keeping well. Assalamu alaikum. I'm a vegetarian, but it's an ethical dilemma knowing that male chicks are inevitable consequence of egg industry. I have no ethical issues with someone respectfully raising their own meat. See, that's one of the. I did play with the idea of growing, trying to get some, Cornish cross type birds, or really fast growing meat birds. But I don't know. I did play with the idea. I don't know why I didn't do it. One was probably about cost. For me, I mean, we do live on a budget, so cost for a meat bird for me to raise myself. I don't know how some of these big farms can do it and sell at the price, supermarket prices, but cost is a huge issue. What do you feed your birds on? So mainly we feed them on grain. So I do buy in feed, and so layers, pellets, split corn, and a lot of grass clippings, a lot of yard trimmings. So any time that we pick in any vegetables from the garden, there, all that scrap's going in. Does he have a name? Yeah, but not one that I can say on air without getting into trouble, without getting channel censored. It's not one that I can repeat. Yeah, you're not legally, you're not supposed to feed your chickens kitchen scraps in this country. But do you know, like the kids, when they have a sandwich, they won't eat the crusts. Now I've got a choice. I either put that in the compost pile, or I can let the birds eat it. Do you know, or I can, do you know, or do you know, we eat a lot of rice, we eat a lot of pasta. That food goes to waste. I can either let it go to waste, or I can put it, you know, give it to a life that's going to eat it. So I'm sorry to say, but I do break the law on that one. Yeah. When the apples fall in early fall, feed them to the hens, mate. Sugar beets too. You'll never better egg. Can you taste it if you do that? Fonzie, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks very much for joining us. So yeah, it's quite interesting that I've never heard that that sugar will alter the egg, but I think that might be one. We don't grow sugar beets, but definitely the apples they can have. I mean, do you like they get things like they get a lot of fruit. So if bananas go over, do you know, if you buy fruit and the bananas go over, so I've got a choice of turning that into fertilizer, or the chickens get it. Sam's allotment. Sam, mate, how are you doing? Joining us over on the TikTok. Hope everything's good with you. Am I in the UK? Absolutely, I am. Yeah, I'm with you. As long as the scraps are well cooked from your own plate, I don't see a problem with chickens having leftovers. I don't see a big problem with it. Yeah, I think for small scale people like us, where the chickens are going to stay on our property, they're not going to go off. You know, we're not selling eggs. We're not turning our little egg thing into a meat production business either. I think for us, I don't think it's as big an issue. Any problems that we end up with, it's going to be an isolated problem. But if we were selling, you know, if we were selling the chicken eggs, or if we were selling meat off the front gate, then I think an issue would be fair enough. Yeah, Ali, I think I've answered that. Did you ask it on TikTok as well? The Armenian cucumber, yes, I have grown them. One of the things that I said about them was they're a sweet cucumber that's quite reliable. See, so my granddad always used to make, Brian, what's the rest of that? Honest pal, the taste is so yolky. Tony, I think that's one that we've got to try then. Want to start growing, where would I start? How much land have you got? I'm well, thank you. Hope you and your yeah, Sam, we're good, man. We're really good. Just really hectic at the minute. I just feel like I'm falling behind with my garden. I'm struggling to get on with things. Just just trying to catch up with work and everything. Yeah, Fonzie, it depends on what you want to start growing and what kind of space you've got. So if you give me some ideas, then we can give you some. We can all give you some ideas as well. So wa alaikum assalam. All the slugs ate all my plants, beans, peas, squashes that were in a metal big cage, chicken run, but no chickens in. Was it the freshly cut twigs and leaves I put in the bottom of the pots? Slugs travel through soil. They burrow through things. So if you've got slugs in the garden, they're going to come. So I don't necessarily think it was that. In every garden, no matter how sterile it is, there's always going to be some slugs. So Sam saying, I feel you there. Yeah, man. Is it life sometimes gets too much and not much standard terrace pots. Okay, so if you've got standard terrace and pots, look at a video that I did on called Starting a Container Garden for Free. So I did a video. I'm doing a series of videos on dedicated to small scale gardening, pretty much the garden that we used to have, which is a few feet of concrete. And I'm trying to keep it to a budget. I've set myself a yearly budget of £50, so it's within most people's budgets. I don't think I'm going to need anywhere near that because everything that I'm using is for free. So do go and check that video out on YouTube. Fonzie, it's there. So let's see. John, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in, and I'm glad you found it useful.
When R is before, where L is before an R.
L is before an R. Any words?
Why do you always repeat whatever question I ask you?
Because I answered you this the other day, so I can understand what you're asking me before I answer something that I don't. And I might not. No, not now. Go a little somewhere else. My granddad used to make a mask from potato peelings and leftover vegetables. Oh, mash. Yeah.
Can you just your old phone and you're using that phone and
go and find something else.
And the money's on
okay.
On Mum's phone.
Then just relax, and just be patient a little bit.
Hello there.
You can grow loads in terrace garden for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Fonzie, do check it out. So who else is coming in? Have to head Ginger. You know your YouTube handle's always quite long, so I always get a bit confused with it. So I'll just call you Ginger. I hope you don't mind. Have a good evening and take care. Thornless raspberries, they're good. There's a golden variety that's quite nice. When the name pops into my head, I'll tell you. Gardening D, wa alaikum assalam. Biryani man is back. See, you should be watching the channel while you're eating your biryani, and you'll be all right. Tomatoes, I've always watered from the bottom, but a fellow plotter says, see, I like top watering. With most things, I like top watering. I am just think about, for me, as long as the water's hitting the soil and not watering the leaves, I do like top watering. I am a big fan of top watering. Sam's only 5 weeks till daughter is born. It must be the season. Sam, do you know about the hoods? So Dean and Leslie are having a little baby as well, but they've got a while to wait. So John, yeah, I do like watering I do like top watering. You don't know any particular raspberry? And try get some summer fruiting ones and some autumn fruiting ones. Yeah, so those golden ones, there's some really sweet golden ones that I tried not so long ago. I think it was up at Dean's. Absolutely quality ones. Here in Tennessee, US, the temps have been in the 90s with no real rain. Speaking, I'm feeling really done in trying to keep plants alive. Heather, what do you do with all your grey water? See, one of the things that we do one of the things that I do is I don't let any water go to waste. So all my bath water, shower water, kitchen water, that all gets diverted. You know, I've got a fireman's hose that I've connected to the drain pipe, and everything just gets funneled straight into the garden. Sorry, Monty, I got to take the mini digger to. Tony, you have a good night. Hope your kids are good and your family's good as well. You take care, and I'll see you soon, mate. Have you any idea on why my apple tree has not produced anything for 2 years? How old is your apple tree? Cato Family Farms, I hope you're keeping well. Yeah. Let's see. I'm eating biryani and watching it on the TV. I would love to be able to divert my grey water eventually for reuse. Good job. See, I not last year, the year before, I went down to Nitin's garden, and he just had a fireman's hose. He had a fireman's hose lying around in his shed, and he just said, "Here, you take that and find some use for it." And for almost a year, I sat around thinking, what am I going to do with this fireman's hose, and how could I put it to some use? And one day I just sort of tried connecting it to the bottom of the drain pipe, and it worked. And the good thing about it is, because it's that fireman's hose type, it flattens after, and so if the kids ride over it with the bike, it's not a problem. About 10 years old. So it's about 10 years old. When was the last time you pruned it? So even your waste pipes. So depends on what you mean by waste pipe. My shower pipes and my kitchen waste pipes, yes. Not my toilet waste pipe, not black water. See, there's two different things. You've got black water, which is feces and urine, and you've got grey water, which is your shower water, your toothbrush water, and your kitchen water. Could you talk on how to grow moringa or drumstick tree? I've never grown moringa, so I can't give you any advice on that. I'm sorry. I'm not growing much. Only have tomatoes and peppers in the greenhouse, and that's it for me. See, my greenhouse are absolutely chocker with chilies and yeah. So, Martin, if you've never pruned it, that could be one of the things. Someone just said about apple tree not producing well. An old sheep was telling me this. Old chap was telling me you could smack the tree with a big hammer. You could smack the tree with a big hammer. That's interesting. I mean, one of the things I'd suggest is if it's never been pruned, then I'd try and prune it. Remember, a lot of fruit grows on lateral growth, so any sort of verticals, any water shoots that are growing straight up, I'd get rid of those. Summers, you can do some summer pruning once any new growth has sort of once the new growth has stopped growing. So normally that's around mid-August-ish. Yeah, end of July to mid-August, you can do some summer pruning, and summer pruning restricts growth, whereas winter pruning will encourage growth the next year. So that's one thing to think about. Is there a lot of straight up growth? Get rid of that. Is there plenty of light getting to the tree? But say on the same note, one of my apple trees has hardly got any fruit on it this year, and my really heavy producing apple tree hasn't produced as well either. So I don't know if it's just the year as well. So don't he would smack the tree with a big. That's really interesting. That I'd want to hear about that. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Keep me in your du'as as well, please. And if we got fire, if you haven't hit that like on either of the chats, please hit the like. Don't worry, I'll be back. Bouncing next summer, fingers crossed. Sam, that sounds awesome, and a new baby in tow as well. So urine's great for the garden. Bad. Oh wow! So someone's just wa alaikum salam, assalamu alaikum from your sister in Canada. Inshallah, you and your family are well. Someone just dropped a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Ahsan al jazaj. I really appreciate it. We're good. We're really good. Just feeling way behind with stuff, especially because I'm trying to catch up on work. So stick to urinating on the compost. Every week these guys drag it down to the gutter. So I'm disappointed in you, uncle. I'm here eating You're disappointed in me. That's interesting. Why are you disappointed in me? So get bypass. Stick to urinator. Okay, I've read that one. Nabila, how should I tackle the slug issue in big pots on a tilled garden? Nematodes is good. So nematodes will help balance things out medium term. Long term, the key is to whatever sort of garden you've got is to get the ecosystem right. Now, you can whatever garden you've got, you should make some space for a pond where you can allow some toads or some frogs or something like that to come in and settle down in your garden. Yeah, and that'll help control your slug population. That's a long-term solution, getting that balanced ecosystem right. Go out, and anytime you think that slugs are hiding under a pot, move the pot, kill the slugs yourself, because remember you're an active player in that ecosystem. There's ferrous, so there are iron slug pellets that are not toxic in the way that the old ones used to be. And what they do is the ferrous ones, they're iron based. They give the slug an overdose of iron, and in the garden they're pretty much harmless to anything else because it's too much in a low dose for anything else. There's wool pellets as well. They're not. I've never had great success with the wool pellets, but they are there. One thing that I've managed to get my hands on are some copper rings. Now, slugs are rumored not to like copper. So around certain plants, you can put these copper rings around. But one thing about that is, remember, slugs do burrow. So if you've got a problem with slugs and you put these copper rings around expecting the slugs to crawl, they'll just burrow underneath. That's one thing to remember as well. I use a tub of salt and drop the slugs in that. See, that's an option, but you can't put the salt in the garden because that's going to ruin your soil. Try ringing a non-fruiting, eh? Peppers are stunted this year. It's just not been warm enough. See, they'll kick off. Give it till July. If they're outside, give it till July. Watch them fly. If the weather picks up, you'll see them absolutely fly, and they'll completely take over. My jalapeno peppers have tiny fruit that is going extremely slowly. It just needs weather. It just needs heat. Your homemade achar, is it made with mustard oil? No, it's made with olive oil. What about copper pennies? You could use copper pennies. Yeah, but you've got to give them a nice surface to stop them. There's copper tape you can buy. Yeah, you could potentially use copper pennies. I don't know what what we call a copper coin. I don't know if it's real copper or not, or if it's an alloy. Do check it out. Do have a look at it. We planted khudu, but it didn't germinate. You should try the tissue method. So the tissue method in a Tupperware container, and that'll get it to germinate. There's probably still time. If we have a late season this year, which I think that we will. I think the seasons have just moved on. Yeah, I think that it's still warm in towards the end of September or early October. You can still wear a t-shirt into the garden. So I think you've still got time to, if you haven't got your khudus up and going, I think you've still got a little bit of time to get it germinated. Daniel Zulfikar, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I used to keep muscovoid ducks. I used to deal with the slugs. The only thing about them is probably they deal with everything else as well. Yeah. So slugs don't like sandpaper. Yeah, they don't like wood ash as well, spread across the surface. But then as soon as it rains, the wood ash is gone. Diatomaceous earth is meant to be good for slugs. Haven't used it yet. See, good start. Again, that's the same problem with wood ash. As soon as it rains, it's disappeared, and you've got to put it down again. And that's normally when they come out, when it's sort of just rainy and the soil's damp a little bit. That's normally when they're all over the place. They're very dirty. They will poop everywhere. Ali, the manure from those ducks would be absolutely amazing though. Ringing means take off a ring of bark 80% of the way around the stem of non-fruiting. Okay, there you go. So Brian, tell us about this ringing. Also, garlic in boiled water and turn into spearmint to be deter ducks. I've never found that useful, you know. I know Monty Dunn did some videos about it, but I've never found that really that useful.
Who's Monty Dunn?
He's a guy on TV. He's a TV gardener.
Was that guy you went on his channel?
Yeah, we went on Gardener's World once, but they're not as good as us. We're better than them. Our channel's better than that.
I haven't gone to TV then.
Do the ducks do a lot of damage to the leaves of it? Heather, I think if ducks could get hold of the plants, they'll eat everything. They're just like chickens. Whereas chickens would scratch up everything. They'd eat a little bit and scratch up the rest. Ducks will just eat everything. Eggshells don't work that well. Eggshells. To deter slugs, I'd put into the category of garden myth. That's where I'd stand on that.
I stole some noodles from the pot.
Yeah, the ducks used. So biryani man is leaving. He's finished his biryani. There we go. Right. Okay. So we're past 9 o'clock. Thanks everyone for coming in and joining us. So anyone who's new to this Friday night chat, we're no longer live on Saturdays. It's going to be Fridays at 8 o'clock, just so we get a little bit more family time.
Having the garden.
We're just sort of still trying to figure out if this time is going to work for us. We've had a good chat. We had quite a few people coming in, and it's been a good chat. I've enjoyed it.
I've had you to do every Sunday night.
It did get a little bit hectic in the middle, but there we go. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is around here, isn't it, buddy?
Why don't
Right.
we do it on Sunday so
Until next week, why don't we do it on Sunday so you can stay up? You've got school the day after. That's like it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, everyone, you take care, and I'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. There we go. Let's